Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your overall gradebook settings. First, I'm in my course content page, and I'm going to come to the gradebook tab. And in yours, you will see, if this is a brand new shell, there will be a set up your gradebook in here. If you don't see that, come over to this gear, the settings icon, and click on it. Now the gradebook settings. So the grade schemas we set up as a college. Yours will look different than this. With the new shell we've made, you should have the A, B, C, D, and F only. You won't have the options for minuses or pluses. So that should be already set up. If for some reason you go off a different schema, you can create a new one here. Next, you have the student performance. And what this does is it sends students an alert and you an alert if a student meets any of this criteria. So I have it set up for overall grade below or 60. That means if a student reaches a 60% or below, they'll be flagged. Number of missed due dates. So if they miss 3 due dates or more, they'll be flagged. And the date since they last accessed Blackboard or this course. So I have it set for 15 days. That's 3 weeks worth of class time. So I'd probably shorten that to 5 or 7. If they haven't looked at the course in a week, it'll flag it for me. These are very good tools to have just to keep track of students and make sure they're staying on task. And if you select this checkbox, it will also send those notifications to students. The next thing you'll run into is automatic zeros. Checking this will automatically assign zeros for past due work. It'll still allow students to submit late work if you accept late work. And if you have students with accommodations, they aren't affected by it. But this essentially, if a student doesn't submit something past a due date, then it's automatically 0 and you don't have to go in and grade it. We'll get to the overall grade here in a second. Next, the student visibility. What this will do is hide students that are no longer have access to the course. So if they drop for some reason and we stop giving them access to the course, we can't completely take them out of Blackboard, but we can turn this on and it will hide them so they're an inactive user and you'll only see your active students in your roster. Item management, that'll be more important when we get into putting gradebook items in. And then grade categories. So this, if we were to set up a weighted gradebook, which we will here in a second, this is where we can add new ones. So if I want to add a new category, I already added lab. Let's say I want to add field tests. Just any category. You can automatically add that. And now that we have those, get in more. I'm not going to talk about course rubrics right now or the overall grade notation. That is set up by your schema anyway. What the important part is our overall grade setting. So this is one you'll have to set up before you can even use the gradebook. So we'll manage our overall grade settings, and this is where you'll select. If this is your first time on it, it'll give you a different prompt. This is where you'll select whether you're doing points or a weighted system. I'm going to use a weighted system. And so I've already gone and set this up and I have my percentages here. What I'm doing now is you can open, if you want homework, you can unlock it or lock it. I don't want homework or anything. I do want my lab grade that I created though. So before I did this, I had tests, assignments, and discussions. And you can set these. So I'm going to unlock these that I want open. And you can see that it automatically made it to where it's 100%. Now I'm going to start putting in the values. I want my lab grades, because their lab is the most important to me, to be at 50% worth of their grade. I want their tests to be, let's say 20% of their grade. And that leaves us with discussions and assignments. Assignments I want to be 10 or 20. I'm going to set assignments to 20. And it will automatically set discussions to 10, and that will make it 100%. If you're running into troubles when you're setting up your weighted, make sure your percentages are the same. Let's say I try to do 25% there and it says it's a total of 105%. It has to equal 100. So I'll make that back to 20 and lock it and save it. Now we've set that up. And last thing over here, this is important too, how your overall grade is displayed. This means in the grade book, when you see the grades of the students, what you're going to see. If we click on this, your options are percentage, points, and letter. I'm not going to use the complete incomplete right now. The letter will show you the A, B, C, or D, what they have, but because of our schema, you might not see like how close a student is from a B to a C or an A to a B or so on. So the points will show you the overall points, and the percentage will show you just the straight percentage they have overall in the class. For midterms and finals, it would be good, and you can always come in and change it. It won't affect anything. Letter would be nicer so that you can go straight to your campus cafe on whatever it's showing you there. But the percentage will just help keep a little more on track of what that student has. So I'm going to select percentage, and that is our gradebook settings. So now we're ready to add content to our Blackboard course. We can exit out of this, exit out of that, and we are ready to start making some content.